Hello, welcome to Bourbon and a Baby. My name is Jay. Max will not be joining us today because Max has about 19 and a half more years until he's old enough to drink Ohio Bourbon. Welcome to a new series of videos I'll be doing here and there throughout with my bourbon reviews called Drink Ohio Bourbon. And the idea behind this series is I really want to highlight bourbon that is being made and distilled here in my home state of Ohio. So these are all going to be craft distilleries. I've had good and bad luck with Ohio bourbons in the past, so some might be terrible, some I know are good, so we're gonna find out what are the good and the bad bourbons to drink here from Ohio. And I'm gonna start today with this interesting whiskey. It's technically not a bourbon. This is from Red Eagle Distillery, which is in Geneva, Ohio. So up over by Cleveland area. Geneva's got a real nice lakefront area. Geneva-on-the-Lake. I think they're just a tad south of that area where the distillery is. But this is Ohio Red Maple. What's interesting about this? So this is pot distilled. It says very small batch. It's a 45.1% or 92.2 proof. So I'm just going to kind of read what it says here on the back. It said, Red Eagle Distillery's Red Maple is handmade from freshly fermented Ohio maple syrup in small batches and twice distilled. The century-old distillery barn overlooks Ohio's Grand River Valley on a farm long known for a tradition of moonshine spirits and speakeasy comforts. This is non-chill filtered or unfiltered is actually how they label it on the bottle. So I actually reached out to Red Eagle Distillery because I was really curious about what it means to make this from Ohio maple syrup and kind of what that whole process is. And I was hoping that they could maybe give me some insight or some information on that. And I reached out to them at least a month or so ago, and I haven't heard back a thing. So your guess is as good as mine to how what this is all about. But it's cool. It's a nice little 375 bottle. You can see that here. It's got black wax. So it's a cool little bottle. I like their little logo. I've not been to their distillery, but I have seen pictures online, obviously, and it looks really nice. They have a nice kind of restaurant and bar there. That portion of it looks beautiful. And I looked up reviews of this online and on YouTube, and as far as the Red Maple, I found 0 reviews. The only review I found from Red Eagle Distillery was the bourbon. They have just a regular Red Eagle bourbon, and the Bourbon Junkies actually reviewed that a few years ago, and it didn't do well with them. It didn't get a good review from them. And I believe that these are all aged in your smaller casks. So I'm not sure exactly what size cask they use, but I know that they're the smaller casks, so they try to kind of say that it ages whiskey faster in a smaller cask, which I don't fully believe in, but it is what they say, I guess. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop this open and give it a try. Synthetic cork. On their website, if you look up their bourbon, it says that their bourbon is 2 to 3 years old, and that they do use the 25-gallon barrels, which are the smaller barrels. This doesn't say, they don't say how old this is my guess would be that it wouldn't be any older than that, than 2 to 3 years. So, yeah, let's go ahead and check the nose. I expected to smell nothing but maple syrup, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not picking up a whole lot of maple syrup on this, which is really weird, really interesting. I get that alcohol, like rubbing alcohol smell. A lot of times that indicates to me that this is a younger product. Man, I'm really struggling here to pick up a whole lot from this, other than that rubbing alcohol. There is kind of like a light sugary note going on. Now, it smells like a Sharpie. You know, like if you're like writing with a Sharpie, that kind of scent that comes off of that, I'm getting a little bit of that. So ethanol, Sharpie, a little bit of light sugar. Not yet finding that maple syrup. There is like this kind of candy note that I'm starting to get, but I can't really quite put my fingers on what candy it is. Like one of those like cheap 5-cent candies you used to get back in the day. That were just nothing but sugar, really. Still getting a lot of that Sharpie though. So not my favorite nose per se, but maybe it's good on the palate. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Cheers. I am kind of perplexed by this. It tasted hotter than 90.2 proof. I would have guessed it at least 100 proof. It's not a lot going on. I'm still searching for that maple. Maybe it's in the second sip. Grass. Got a real grassy note. I do get a little bit of molasses, so that might be a part of that maple coming through finally. Like a little bit of brown sugar and molasses. But it's not heavy and it's not like overpowering. I expected this to just taste like a maple flavored whiskey or something along those lines. So now I really wish that they would have gotten back to me on kind of what the process is for making this and kind of all that, and especially so I could relay that information to all of you. But yeah, I don't know about this. It's weird. It's really weird. the more I sip, the sweeter it's getting, and the better it's getting. So maybe this is one that just kind of I'll have to revisit and come back to, because I think given some time to open up, that might do it some favors. Because yeah, like I said, it's definitely gotten better. It's still not amazing, but I liked the third sip way more than the first sip. The first sip I did not like at all. There's like so it's almost like every single sip has been different. The first sip I didn't get a lot of flavor, I got a lot of heat. Second sip I got grass. the third sip I got that brown sugar molasses. This fourth sip I got like tobacco and like really gross tobacco, like not good tobacco, like disgusting tobacco. But then the finish is starting to get sweet again on this last sip. So like went from being tobacco to that really super sugary sweet candy. Like a candy that almost like dissolves in your mouth before you even get a chance to like bite down on it. Not so much like cotton candy, but some other candy like that. I'm sure it exists. I can't picture, I can't place it right now, but I'm sure somebody out there can relate to what I'm saying. So yeah, I think this one I'm gonna have to say would probably be a pass for me. But that being said, I do really want to check out their distillery, so I'm definitely going to one of these days take a trip up to Geneva, which I think is around an hour and a half drive from where I'm currently at, and go there because it's at least a beautiful facility. They've got a beautiful looking, they're like in this barn, great looking kind of space, and really cool looking, and the Geneva area is just a beautiful area itself. So we'll definitely have to check that out sometime. But this isn't something that I would probably buy a bottle of. So overall for me, this is going to be a pass, but still glad I tried it, and still, you know, an interesting experiment with whiskey. So maybe when they're able to age stuff a little bit longer, I could potentially see this being a lot better. So yeah, with that being said, drink Ohio Bourbon. Thanks for watching. You can follow Max and myself on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Bourbon and a Baby on all of those platforms. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And last but not least, you can buy our merchandise, like this Drink Ohio Bourbon shirt right here at our shop on Spreadshirt. I'll throw the link in the description below. Cheers. Again, every freaking sip has been different. That time, it was spicy, and I got brown sugar and molasses like really thick. What is going on with this thing? That sip was actually pretty good. It throws the whole rest of my review up in the air. I don't know. I guess this is just something that is different every time you drink it. And now we must add this to our infinity bottle here. Our Bourbon and a Baby infinity bottle. I'm a little nervous about adding this because it's such a weird whiskey, but whatever, it's going in there. We're not holding back here. So here it goes. Oh, look at that. No spillage this time. Fantastic.